Ay, give me the chip. I need the championship. Wait, we got a drink next to the team. Yeah, we can handle it.
What up? Welcome back to the Fight Pit, ladies and gents. It is so good to see ya. It is time, baby. It is time. It is so good to see you guys. We got UFC 316 going down Saturday, June 7th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. We got Dvalishvili versus O'Malley Dose, and this is going to be a tough one. I'm not entirely sure how this one's going to play out. I'm pretty much expecting a lot of similar, a lot of first fight type feels, but it's interesting. We're going to get into it. But before we get into it, gotta say what's up to the Fight Pit crew. This spot would be nothing without the boys, baby. We got Sean of the Dead, Mr. Bad Beats himself. Sean, what's cracking, baby?
No, not much. I'm excited that we have this pay-per-view, and then afterwards we're starting to get into some better fights. We've been on kind of a rough stretch of UFC cards for a little bit since 314. So we're finally getting into an okay stretch, and by 317 we'll be hopefully on fire.
Yeah. Hopefully this last fight night we had will be the last terrible fight night main event for a while. We got some promising ones ahead, and 2025 fight nights have not been the business, as we've covered in past episodes. So here's hoping, fingers crossed. And holding it down downstairs, we got the 12 gauge, Gaugemus Maximus. How you doing today, Gage?
It's been a good day. Just had the best round of golf I've ever shot. So what a way to end it with the boys.
Let's go. What'd you shoot?
100 on the dot.
Boom! Let's go. Hitting PRs, hitting best numbers ever already today. Hopefully we're gonna keep that going with some of these picks. I like it. I think this one, even though some of them are gonna be tough to call, I think we got a lot of these in the bag, baby. Updated numbers for anybody else keeping track. As of yesterday, for that the last Blanchfield versus Barber card, we are sitting at a 68% on official picks as a team, 68% on official bets as a team, 60% overall everything. Sean and Matt are tied for first place with 62% hit percentage. Drew in third with 61. Gage right on my heels with 60%. Kyle right on his heels with a 59%. And our lock of the week, still killing it. We went from, what were we last time, Sean? We were at 70% after the last card, right?
Oh, I thought we were higher with that, and I thought our dog of the week was like 70. Our dog of the week was like 65%, I thought.
Our dog of the week is way higher.
Was it really that? Then yeah, it was dog of the week we were talking about. That was like 70+%, and our lock of the week was like in the 80s, 90s.
So our lock of the week was at 78%. Dog of the week was at 58%.
Still batting nearly 60% on dog of the week. That's crazy money.
60% on dog of the week. And after this last one, Blanchfield and Barber, our lock of the week is up to 80%. Dog of the week is chilling at a 58%. So we are 60% and up on everything.
That's beautiful. Still, dog of the week, if you bet that like 58%, that's making you serious money.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Plus money. Yeah, 58%.
Anything over 50% is a fucking something to hang your hat on in this business, because there's not a lot of, especially collectively, like one person doing something, that's one thing, but we got 5 guys here all contributing to this percentage, and we're still sitting at 60% or higher. Not very easy to do. Not trying to toot our own horns or anything, but that's some tough work.
Yeah, Gage is definitely carrying it with the dogs of the week. He got those dogs.
Gage is carrying it with the Dawgs. All of our locks have been hit. We've only missed 2 locks all year so far. Sean has been the front runner for the individual picks, our official picks, our fucking 68% steady. We've gone up and we've gone down, but very, very rarely we even drop below 65%. Bro, this team, dude, the Fight Pit folks, if you're into betting, why are you not in the Fight Pit with us? Why you not? Next card we got with Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili rematch. Like I said, not really one that we were asking for, not one we were looking forward to, but it's here. I mean, it's a fight. It's a title fight. It's 2 people that we enjoy watching. So guess we can't be too upset. And then we got the co-main event, Julianna Pena versus Kayla Harrison title fight. And again, whatever. not clamoring for a Pena versus Harrison title fight, but we know where this is going. We know what we're doing here, boys. We are going to get into that, but first we are going to recap the last card, Blanchfield versus Barber, and I just want to get your guys' thoughts a little bit. If there's anything else recently that's come up you want to cover, welcome to drop that in. But first and foremost, the most recent thing that happened, Macy Barber pulling out of the fight during the walkout, essentially, with a medical issue. Heard that she had a seizure. Wish her all the best. Wish her the best of health. Don't ever want to see that happen to anybody. I hope she's doing well, and I hope she comes back healthy and gets back to 100%. But what do you guys think about that? First time we've had main events fall out the day of, but never like right as they're fucking walking out. So go ahead, jump on in. How do you guys feel about that one?
I'm gonna kind of rant this for a second here. Like, I understand where Erin Blanchfield's coming from, her point of view, and having it being a big letdown as you're about to walk out and fight. Maybe don't make a comment on it when you have that adrenaline emotion going, because now you just look like a jackass. Like, she said Hunter told me she had a seizure, and then proceeds to call the girl a mess and unprofessional for having a seizure. Last time I checked, you can't control that. But that's what I just know, my limited medical knowledge. You can't really control that one. So you look super unprofessional by calling out this woman who had a serious medical issue happen, who also had a full camp, was training her ass off, and was about to walk out and fight you. So your comments, I think it just paints you in a bad light now. And you're saying, I won't fight her. The girl's a mess. Her life's a mess. She needs to get it together. Why comment on it? Just hope she gets better. Done.
Amen. Granted, yes, fully agree. It is, you sign a contract, make a weight, show up and compete. It is unprofessional to not make the walk. It is unprofessional to not make the weight. But just because, to Gage's credit, to Gage's point, just because someone else is being unprofessional doesn't mean that you also have to be unprofessional. That's just something I always feel. Don't let shitty people make you a shitty person. So I absolutely agree. Keep those thoughts to yourself. But hey, she's the one fighting. That's just my opinion.
Comment that was unprofessional that she missed weight. That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Unprofessional she missed a fight because she had a seizure. Like, super cold for no reason. She's a fellow competitor, a fellow fighter.
And it is, we are talking, not to sound, misogynistic or anything, but we are talking about women in this one. Emotions can be running high. They're very not shy at sharing those emotions. I was raised around women. I was raised by a woman, single mother. I know that women are not shy about getting chippy, and I absolutely am not hating on that at all. but it's a tough situation to be in altogether. No reason to try to like make it worse. You know what I mean? Sean, how do you feel about this one? First time that anything like this has happened this close to a fight. Where does Blanchfield go from here? Where does Barber go from here? What do you think?
As much as Blanchfield looks like a jackass for it, it put a spotlight on her. At the end of the day, like, Colby Covington does the same fucking shit. Colby Covington does the same thing, and he has said even worse shit. The Matt Hughes getting off the tracks bullshit after the Robbie Lawler fight. Like, come on. Like, at the end of the day, people are going to be like, oh, I want to watch this bitch lose. Guess what? You know what? Now you're going to actually pay to watch her fight. It's like, she, even with those comments, it has been nonstop comments. I'm seeing all over Instagram, all these other people saying all this, other fighters saying all this shit about her. Guess what? People are going to now pay to watch her fight. Maybe you can't have her just on a random fight night. And the only reason it was a main event was because there was really nothing on this fight night. You had Gamrot fighting someone that shouldn't have been fighting him whatsoever. And congrats to Gamrot. It looking like good old-fashioned Gamrot. But, like, obviously, wish the best for Barber. Like, you never want to see that happen. If she said unprofessional, like Gage said, about missing weight, fine. If it says that she has health problems and maybe she should think about retiring, that's a different story. But because she's young too, like, she's crazy. Isn't she like in her mid-20s or something like that, or upper 20s? But still,
she was 22, I think, when she got in, trying to be like her 21, trying to be the youngest champ ever.
Macy is 27. Aaron Blanchfield is 26.
Wow, so they're both crazy young. Okay, and they're kind of, it's like, at this thing, you got to think, I'm 29. I know when I was 25, 26, I was fucking saying some really bad shit. I still say some really bad shit now off the walls. You just got to see what I comment on Instagram. It's bad. It's like, but it's like emotions are going and stuff like that, and then people are going to watch her fight now. And I always talk about this division, like, and even Chael Sonnen chimes in, like, this division has nothing going for it whatsoever. Like, you have Zhang Weili versus Valentina, but none of them are going to set up anything. It's going to be UFC trying to push it as much as they can. I love the fight. I want to see the fight. But a lot of people aren't going to care because they don't push anything. This, honestly, Aaron Blanchfield might have more notoriety going into her next fight than Valentina or Zhang Weili because of how much hate she's getting. At the end of the day, it was bittersweet. Like, she shouldn't have said the shit, but it's actually going to work out in her favor.
Yep, 100% agree. 100% agree. Like I said, not judging, not hating. Absolutely, she's the one making money from all this. She's got to do what she's got to do. I personally, commenting on like personal life as a mess and everything. I'm not like a supermarket tabloid headline type of guy. So anytime I see a headline that's like, pages putting out news, like breaking news about like fighters' personal lives and shit, I don't care. Leave them alone. We watch them to fight. You know what I mean? I don't care what they're doing. I wish them the best. I hope they're doing well in their personal life. And if they're not, I hope that things get better. But beyond that, I don't need to know. I don't need to know who anybody's dating. I don't need to know who's, having issues or anything like that. Let me hear the fight news. So anytime anybody comments on somebody's personal life, I just kind of fucking tune out. But it makes headlines. It's a way to get your name out there. Blanchfield. Do you guys think that Blanchfield headlines her next card after this? Are they gonna run it back for her? And no.
It depends on who it is, to be honest. It really does.
It's true, and it's going to be tough to find a replacement too. Macy Barber was at least a name. Hasn't been, rolling like she was early on, but she was at least a recognizable name. You
could have Aaron Blanchfield versus who is a really fast striker girl that just beat Alexa Grasso.
Jasuda Vicious, or no?
No, it was Silva, isn't it? Silva.
Natalia Silva. Good call.
Natalia Silva. You could probably have them fight, and it could be, honestly, you could probably toss it on, like, be the one woman fight on a pay-per-view, possibly. And
that'd be a good one.
I do think Natalia Silva would dominate that, but at the same point, like it's still like you have a lot of noise because Zhang Wei Li and Valentina seem like that's the fight going on. So these two can go do this now. So that's what unless they really want to make that a fight night, but I feel like they're trying to push Natalia Silva pretty hard. So I definitely can see them putting her on a pay-per-view. So if she does beat Erin Blanchfield, she even has more notoriety, definitely after Erin Blanchfield's comments. So it's more for just building someone, because Valentina is not going to be here forever. So neither is Zhang Wei Li. They're both in there. Zhang Wei Li is older than you would think. She's like 35 or 36. She's up there. And then Valentina is 36 or 37.
I do love that Silva Blanchfield idea. That would be a good one. I like that. I like that. And it's two names that are somewhat popping in the division. Two names that are fun fighters to watch for the most part.
Well, I can't say that about Erin Blanchfield after that Menon Fior fight. Jesus Christ.
Whaley's 35, Valentina's 37.
Wow. So they're not going to be here much longer. It's just not. It's not going to happen. So it's like they need to push someone, and that would be a good spot to either Erin Blanchfield wins, and you build off the hate she's getting, and she beats a big contender, or Natalia Silva wins, gets some notoriety off of the hate of. She's going to be such a face kind of thing, WWE term, but like such a face here in this fight.
It's TKO now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Don't be surprised if Blanchfield doubles down on it and just starts, like, you know, taking it up a notch after her next one.
Why not?
Might as well. You already lit that fuse. Might as well just blow the whole thing up. I hear that. I hear that. Any other current events that you guys want to cover?
Tom Aspinall's thing with Chael Sonnen and Daniel Cormier, him saying that he's the undisputed champion now. Congratulations, John Jones, on your retirement. And Chael Sonnen saying, "This is great. You're the one announcing another grown man's retirement, and it's not even him." And he's saying that he has a fight and he can't say anything more. So it sounds like Tom does have a fight locked up. So we're going to be seeing heavyweight fighting this year at some point. Is it going to be John? Probably not, but he said he's retired. So I'm assuming we're going to hear hear Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall soon.
I was going to say, yeah.
John's saying that him and Tom are going to fight.
I hope they fight, but at the same point, I'm getting sick of it. Really,
I'm over it at this point.
Yeah.
John Jones is the GOAT. I don't give a shit to see him fight again. Don't care who it is. Don't care what the reason is. Nothing at this point is going to further his legacy in any way. Like that ship has sailed. He's been at heavyweight for however long. He had the chance to establish himself as one of the greatest heavyweight champs of all time, legitimately, but just went for semantics and was like, okay, I won my first fight in 64 seconds. Second fight was against a 58-year-old, and I held on to the belt longer than everybody else. None of those things, I think, further his legacy in any way. It's all just technicalities, and I'm not in favor of it. Not in favor of it. What about Tom and Gane? Does anybody give a shit about seeing that either?
I just want to see the heavyweight division get moving. And Tom also mentioned that no contenders are fighting because they're waiting to see what happens with John. So you don't see anyone in the top 5 fighting whatsoever. They're all waiting. So it's like, at least with this, the heavyweight division will start moving.
We have one heavyweight fight this weekend, right?
Yeah, we have one, and Spivak, and he's
there's 2.
He's like 8 or 9.
He's 7 against Waldo, Costa, or whatever. So I think that's 7 against 11.
Yeah,
and it's not hard to get in the top 15 because there's only 29 heavyweights on the roster. Just want to put that out there. You just have to be the top half.
Hey, Derek Lewis is still ranked, baby.
That's awesome. If you're unranked, you're on the chopping block. That's basically the only reason you're not chopped is because they only have 29 heavyweights.
Unfortunately, looking at you, Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah. They're asking me to lose a little bit more weight so I can get into the heavyweight division.
As far as the heavyweights go, we also got Curtis Blades and Rizvan Kuniev scheduled for June 21st, so 2 cards from now. But outside of them, shout out to guys like Spivak and who else? Any Blades, anybody that's either 5 to 15 or unranked who's just fighting nonstop, whether they're winning or losing, they're taking advantage of this
also Marcin Tabura has fought a lot. He's old.
Those three names have been like legitimately the biggest focal point of the heavyweight division in the last 5 years, I would say. You think of there's no one that's fought more than those 3 in the heavyweight division over that period of time.
The Tafas also. Shout out to the Tafas. Yonata Denise is scheduled against Justin Tafa in June. We got a few, Derek Lewis and Taliesin Teixeira. Even though Teixeira has been here for like less than a year, I think this will be like his 3rd fight. So credit to you.
That's going to be an absolute bomb fest.
Yep. Vitor Petrino had a couple losses, but still been active. Yeah, all those unranked heavyweight, do your damn thing, dude. Get your numbers up, get your name out there, make as much money as you can, because they're hurting for heavyweight headlines. So
yeah, start talking some shit. Like, god damn it, another division that's just quiet. No one says anything.
I saw Derek Lewis today on an interview with Mike Bond. Shout out to Mike Bond at I think MMA Junkie. Derek Lewis was talking about like intentionally cheating and like intentionally kicking dudes in the nuts and shit, just whenever he's feeling like, oh, I don't have the jitters out, like I'm still kind of not settled into my game, he would just intentionally foul someone. And it made me laugh. Like Michael Chandler is called a cheater all the time. Derek Lewis comes out and says, I intentionally cheat, and we're like, it's all good. It's all good. That we don't care. We don't care. You do you. You do
That's
you.
Hilarious.
It's also Derek Lewis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the point. He could like essentially do or say anything, and we're all going to be like, yes, I still love you and support you 100%. That made me laugh. I enjoy it. I hope somebody like Derek Lewis is able to shine and get, I don't know, Derek Lewis against Tom Aspinall.
Imagine if he knocked out Tom Aspinall. Imagine if that bullshit happened.
Oh, bro, that would be absolute bananas. Like Derek Lewis
celebration
would have been one thing, but Derek Lewis against Tom Aspinall. Oh, dude, Derek Lewis might fully strip. That would be amazing.
Yeah, if this was like 5 years ago, Derek Lewis, sign me up.
Yeah, chance. Yeah. Even then, against someone like DC, I think I always say in the top 5 GOATs, but prime DC against prime Tom Aspinall, even I'm like, I'm not confident. I would bet on DC against anybody, but against prime Tom Aspinall,
I'm not betting Tom.
Yeah, I don't even want to do that.
Prime Kane's maybe the only guy right this moment I would bet against Tom Aspinall. Like,
I like that.
Would be it.
I like that. I think prime Junior Dos Santos against prime Tom Aspinall would be a fucking banger, bro. Like Junior Dos Santos when he was knocking out Verdum, Gonzaga, fucking Gilbert Ivel, Cain Velasquez, Frank Mir, just starching everybody versus Tom Aspinall. That would have been, oh man, that's crazy. What time travel is going to be for, guys.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break and give a quick shout out to our sponsor. You guys may or may not have noticed, I took a little much needed month break. It was great. Great to get out and see some sights and see some family and everything. Nice to relax and decompress. I did miss you guys a lot, though. I miss you guys so much. I know you guys did not miss me at all because none of you bothered to come visit me in Kyle's basement, not once. But it's fine. It's fine. I don't take it personally. I know you guys were busy. And fortunately for me, unfortunately for you guys, Kyle left me with a bunch of bucked up supplements, and I just got jacked and broke out. So here I am. This episode is brought to you by Bucked Up Supplements. The good people at Bucked Up aim to provide customers with the highest quality supplements and fitness products to help achieve your health and fitness goals. Bucked Up provides an array of supplements, including pre-workouts, proteins, creatines, test boosters, BCAAs, vitamins, and their signature deer antler velvet spray. Not sure where to start? Bucked Up's got you. They also offer pre-selected stacks that bundle the right supplements for your goals for you. And with their 45-day money-back guarantee on all supplement products, you don't have to worry about wasting your hard-earned money, which is always a good thing. So click the link down in the description to go straight to the Bucked Up website and use code FightPit20 to receive 20% off your supplement order every time you order. Thank you to Bucked Up for rocking with the boys in the Fight Pit. Getting on down to business. We got the early prelims. Aside from Ariane Lipski and Wang Kong, I could not care less about these early prelims. I'll be honest with you. Is there anything on this one you guys want to throw out there? Anything you like betting wise?
I was going to make the usual Wang Kong reference.
I knew you were. I anytime I get that spidey sense, I try to stay away from it because I'm like, Gage has got me. Gage has got me on this.
I saw it and I was just like, oh, how am I gonna bring up Drew?
College was great, everybody. Didn't last long, but it was a good time. It was a good time. Appreciate the fact that they have a ranked number 13 Ariane Lipski on the early prelims, which I guess is to try to get us to tune in. Us diehards, the Fight Pit, we tune in for every fight, every single card. But if you're trying to get the public to tune in on this one, very underwhelming early prelims. I got, as far as my official picks and bets, I'm going with Wang money line on this one, and I like Wang via KO TKO. You guys got any official picks or bets you want to drop on these?
Wang Kong. Boom.
Wang Kong.
I think Wang Kong. And then, I mean, the first bout's such a heavy favorite, so I would just avoid it just because it's like you're not going to make any money off of it. It's like a minus 500. So, but I definitely don't see that fight going a distance. That's for sure.
I was surprised. This was, I mean, not super surprised, but surprised as far as the odds are concerned. There's so many minus 500s on this damn card. It's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. Not a great card on paper. Unfortunately, they did it the last time with Sean O'Malley, and like at the Sphere, it was just they think his star power, like they think his star power is what's just gonna like carry
push the card.
Yeah, so it's absolutely insane.
That does make sense. That's a good call.
So they don't have to pay as many people big money. It's a money game.
We'll put a pin in that. That's a recurring story for another day. But yeah, we got Ariane Lipski De Silva versus Wang Kong. Wang Kong is a minus 550. First fight of the night, Quinlan Southfield is minus 440. Next fight, Ju Sang Yu is minus 500. And we got Azamat Mirzakhanov minus 550. Joe Pyfer
if he was still
minus
fighting
400.
Johnny Walker, that would have been great.
Yes. Joe Pyfer minus 400, Kayla Harrison minus 600, Merab Dvalishvili minus 300. This, I mean, if it's a good card to throw all favorites and drop a big bag on. That other than that, Wang Kong finish and Wang Kong money line. I don't need nothing on that early prelims. The prelim card. Little bit of a difference. Yeah, a little bit of a different story. Opening up on the prelim card, we got Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson. Very interesting fights, just individually with the people. If you know anything about their backgrounds and stuff, again, don't really care about stuff like that. But It's an interesting fight. Interesting fight. I like Williams and Gustafsson to not go the distance. I don't have a money line pick on that one. The others on here, the Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta fight we were talking about, Azamat Mirzakhanov versus Brenson Ribeiro, and number 12 ranked Bruno Silva versus number 14. Is that right? Joshua Van is a minus 550, but he's ranked below Bruno Silva. Did I mistype that?
Joshua Van's also 13 years younger, coming off a hot streak.
And his crazy cardio.
I gotta
he's in your face for. He's going to be in. Who doesn't like Joshua Van? He's honestly, it reminds me a lot of the big time Muay Thai fighter.
Mm-hmm.
He just has that style to him. He's in your face, constantly throwing kicks and punches, nonstop.
Very Rod Tang-ish.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Good pull, Gage. Yeah. Love it. Martial
arts. Think of the damn name.
He does.
Muay Thai goat, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah. I love watching his highlights. Him fucking eating head kicks and him just shaking his head, puts his hands up. Yeah, he does the Eddie Alvarez, the head shake thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good call. Oh, it was not a typo, I guess. Bruno Silva is ranked number 12. Joshua Van ranked number 14, but Bruno Silva a plus 400 underdog. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I know Bruno Silva has had some finishes lately, but to be a minus 535 over people ranked ahead of you, it's a little, I don't know. It feels suspect. It feels like a setup. Any official picks, any official bets you guys want to throw on this one? I'm going Spivak money line and Mirzakhanov money line. Spivak and Cortez Acosta not to go the distance, and Mirzakhanov Ribeiro under 2.5. That's all I got.
I have Spivak and Josh Van.
Yeah, I have Josh Van. I'm gonna go Chaos Williams. I just love watching him fight, and he is possibly one of the coolest names in all of MMA. So I know it's a close fight, so why not just go Chaos on that? But
are you taking Chaos money line as an official pick?
Yeah, why not?
Sick.
And then I think just something with Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. This will show how legit Waldo is. That's something with this. Like, if you get by Spivak, you know you're actually a contender. So there is some storyline to that fight that people don't know because the heavyweight division has been dead for a year, unfortunately. So I'm going to pick not to go to distance on that. I'm pretty sure that's the favorite anyway, but that would be my official pick on that. Who's the favorite in Brenson Ribeiro versus Mirzakhanov?
Mirzakhanov is a 500 favorite.
Wow, Jesus Christ. Why did they even make that fight? Like, if you're going to give a contender, like someone not in the top 15, a top 15 fight, you would think be a closer odds.
Yeah, and Ribeiro hasn't been doing. I mean, he's not. I think he's on a skid like 2 or 3 fights, but he's a fucking dangerous dude. Like I think he's capable of putting anybody
he won
out.
His last 2, which is good. That's weird. Man, how good is this other guy again? Oh, 14-0. Oh, well, the undefeated records have not been doing good this year. So I would leave that one out of your parlay. That's because it's such a big odds. It's only going to hurt. It's only one of those that Vegas is looking for you to put in.
Good call. Very, very tough year for undefeated fighters. Yeah, baby, getting on into the main card now. We are opening up with number 14, Vicente Luque versus Kevin Trailblazer Holland, Big Mouth, at a minus 280 favorite. Vicente Luque at a plus 230 as of yesterday. I think this is probably going to go our first official pick for the main card. I'm going Kevin Holland money line. I know Gage is going Kevin Holland money line. Sean, who you going on this one?
Yeah, I know Vicente Luque had a good underdog fight last time, but I think Kevin Holland at welterweight is a beast. He has a lot of losses, but they're mostly at middleweight. At welterweight, Kevin Holland is a beast.
Kevin Holland's also active as fuck.
Yeah, I will say this is probably the fight I'm most looking forward to. After seeing Vicente Luque's last fight, his last fight made me think like this could be a really good fight. So,
I would love to see Kevin Holland get back in the W column.
Amen.
Yeah.
He broke Michael Olazekich's arm, right?
No, he won against Gunnar Nelson.
That was that. Yeah. He fights so much; it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, so I'm most excited for this fight on this whole card because when we get further up, you'll see why it's not worth really the excitement.
Kevin Holland, I believe his last win was Gunnar Nelson. I think his last finish was the arm break on Oleg Zajac, but the Rainier de Ritter, and then there was another loss that he took in between. But he's back in the win column, but getting Kevin Holland on a run, that's what we ultimately want.
Kevin Holland ranked again.
Yeah, 100%. I don't even care if he wins or loses. Get him back up in the fucking rankings. I just want Kevin Holland to be fighting big names. While we got him, while he's still young, while he's still crazy, let's do it. Official
he's still
pick.
Fighting in 2 weight classes actively.
Yes, exactly. Yes, while he's still willing to do this, guys. Come on, what are you doing? UFC is not pushing any stars. They don't have any stars. They got Kevin Holland fighting every 36 hours, but it's ridiculous. And he's opening up the main card. So stupid. Official pick for me, I'm going Kevin Holland money line. That's Sean. You're taking Holland too. Yeah, so that's official pick for all of us. And then bet for me, I'm going Kevin Holland via decision. I think Luque might be able to hang tough for 3, but that's what I got going.
I could see it going either way if it makes distance or not. That's a sketch. Me, I'm just gonna stay away from. If you said gun to my head, I'll say over 1.5, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave this off my parlay, but the main parlay. The other one will have Kevin Holland for sure. Just straight up Kevin Holland.
Very good call. You got to do a safe one, and then you got to do a fuck it one always, because those fuck it ones will.
When you hit the fuck it one, it feels better.
Yes. Got to play it smart and risky at the same time. Hell yeah, baby. Okay. First official pick for the Fight Pit for UFC 316. We got Kevin Holland money line. Next fight up, this one kind of feels like a setup too. We got number 10 ranked Mario Bautista versus Patchy Mix. I am going with Patchy Mix money line on this one. Feels very similar to the most recent. It was the Bellator guy. He had just fought Michael Pitbull. Thank you. Pitbull versus Yair Rodriguez. However, Mario Bautista is number 10 ranked. Yair Rodriguez was a former interim champ and upper echelon perennial contender for quite some time. Mario Bautista, very good, not quite there yet. Patchy Mix, multiple time champion in other organizations. And I checked out. I thought that this was going to be an old dog like Michael Chandler, Patricio Pitbull getting tossed to a young bull type situation. They're both 31 years old. Didn't see that coming. So I'm going Patchy Mix on this one, and for official pick, and for betting, I'm going to bet this fight does go the distance. What you guys got?
I'm going to go Patchy Mix as well. Sheerly out of a spite because of how Mario Bautista beat Jose Aldo. So fuck him for that. Shouldn't be ranked. He lost to Jose Aldo. He's going to get walked, I think. I think instead of a Patricio Pitbull thing, it's more of like an RDR kind of thing, where he's going to show up and show out.
I like that comparison. Absolutely. Sean, hit us with it.
I'm going to agree 100% with Gage and all the same reasons. Like, I was going to say just fuck him for what he did with Jose Aldo and getting a win. So it's like, that's not a win. You legitimately threw no punches. You're just holding him against a cage. So I'm gonna go with Patrick Mix. I don't actually know his height and reach because I think that could be a little bit of a factor, but
I could not agree more. I think this, like I said, I think this one's a setup. I think everybody is expecting Patchy Mix to come in and get worked by somebody who's been doing well in the UFC, and it ain't gonna go like that.
I just don't
Load,
see it.
Motherfucker. Patchy Mix is 5'11". Don't have his reach.
That's tall for that weight class. That's really tall for that weight class. That's Sean O'Malley height. 135, 5'11". Wow.
Okay, here we go. 5'11" with a 71.5-inch reach.
Holy shit.
And he's fighting out of Extreme Couture. They've been doing quite well.
No, he should kill him. I normally for lighter weight class don't like saying not going to distance, but I could see this being a finish.
Amen to that. So we got our second official pick for the Fight Pit, Patchy Mix money line. I got Sean going Patchy Mix. I got Gage going Patchy Mix. Any specific bets on that one? Or are we good?
No.
I'm going fight to go the distance, but beyond that, I don't really know. You never know. Mario Bautista could. We saw him do it with Jose Aldo. So
yeah.
All right, next one up, we got Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. Kelvin Gastelum at a +310, Joe Pyfer at a -400. I'm going Joe Pyfer money line, and I'm taking Joe Pyfer via unanimous decision for the bets. Let me know what you guys got.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over 1.5. I could even say just go by unanimous decision, but Joe Pyfer, though, I know he'd fucking Gastelum has an insane chin, so he'll probably get his ass whooped for 3 rounds unless he somehow gets a bunch of takedowns, but I just don't see it happening. He's one of those guys like Sean Strickland that has great grappling, but he just wants to stay in there and swing with you, and he's going to get his ass whooped doing that. So it'll be probably 30-27, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pyfer puts him down because he is getting older, so the chin is going to break eventually.
Understandable. We've seen him drop one already to a seasoned vet. Are you going Pyfer? Are you going the fight over 1.5 as an official bet? Okay. Gage, are we unanimous on Joe Pyfer?
Yeah, we are. But I'm gonna go under 2.5 here.
Official bet under 2.5. You think he gets it done?
I think either Kevin Gastelum shows a glimpse of something that we haven't seen in years, or Joe Pyfer. I mean, the man hits like a freight train. So if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be him.
That's -110 currently, so that's good money right there, under 2.5.
That is a good call, yeah. And Gastelum's most recent losses were submissions. I was flirting with that one too. That's a good call. I like that. Bam. So we got official pick, third one of the night. Like I said, I had a feeling we were gonna have quite a few unanimous ones on this one. We got Joe Pyfer money line, and for the official bets, we got Joe Pyfer via unanimous decision, the fight over 1.5 for Sean, and under 2.5 for Gagemus. Next one on the docket, we got the co-main event, one of the most highly anticipated fights of all time. We have Julianna Pena versus Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison, as of yesterday, a -600. And as Sean states every single time we see this, if she doesn't get a finish, what are we doing here, B? What are we doing here? I'm pretty sure we're going unanimous, but just to cover all our bases, all in favor of Kayla Harrison money line.
Yeah, big time. And
yeah,
also not the distance either. She'll get it done within 5 for sure.
You like her to get the finish?
Definitely.
Are you going fight under 4.5 then?
Let me look at the odds, and I'll maybe see if I could juice it up a little better. Let's see.
Okay.
Total
Gage.
rounds.
I'm gonna
Gage.
go to Kayla, obviously. Fight not to go the distance. With a sprinkle of Kayla Harrison submission.
Oh, I like it.
All right, so for minus 130, under 3.5 rounds. So she'll get it done in the first 17.5 minutes.
So next official pick for the co-main event for all of us, we're unanimous on Kayla Harrison money line. I got Kayla Harrison via unanimous decision, and Sean has under 3.5 rounds. Gage has fight to not go the distance, and Kayla Harrison by finish. Official bets, baby. And we make our way to the main event. Again, the most anticipated fight of all time. The arena is going to sell out. It's going to be a record gate. We got champion Merab Dvalishvili versus number one contender Sean O'Malley. Rematch. Sugar Sean sitting at a plus 240. Contrary to my name, just had to keep the high fight IQ prevalent. Keep the THC levels up in the fight pit. I'm going Merab Dvalishvili money line. And I'm going Merab Dvalishvili via unanimous decision. I think there's going to be quite a few decisions on this main card. Who else is making this unanimous?
This fight is going to go one of two ways for the most part, and that is Merab having Sean O'Malley's back over and over and over, getting another 5 to 10 takedowns landed, another 15 shots, maybe some stuffed. Like, he's going to have an insane amount, and Sean O'Malley's going to, by the fourth round, be looking at the clock and seeing when is this over. Or Sean O'Malley's going to pull something like he did with Aljamain Sterling and just land it. And that's really how the fight's going to go. It would be how, if you listen to Tim Welsh, I don't know how much you guys do. What Tim Welsh or Tim Means? But it's Tim Welsh, right? That's his coach. Tim Means is a different
Welch.
sport.
Yes, sir.
Welch, yeah. He always talks about his guard game and how great he is with it, but Sean O'Malley always gives up the back. Like, he has the long elbows, like long arms, elbows. Like, he could be cutting up Merab like a son of a bitch on the back, but go into guard. Merab, what we've seen him in like on top from guard, he's not that great. He relies on getting on the back. He's like, why not make him go into that position? You're some great. Sean O'Malley talks about how good he is in BJJ and stuff like that. Make him work. Like let's try something different. You know you're going to get taken down, so when you do, try something different. Just standing up and hoping for the punch may not be enough. You want him to think differently. Cut him open. Elbow him in the forehead. Get on the ground. Like, make Merab not see as well, and then you can land when you're standing. But obviously that's not going to happen. I don't think we're going to get anything different other than maybe Sean O'Malley lands the punch. But I'm still going to go Merab by decision.
Merab by decision. Understandable. Yeah, I agree, dude. And you've heard, I listened to all the, the fight nerd stuff too. And Sean talking about removing all distractions, not gaming, not smoking weed anymore. I have no idea how it's going to go. It could be better for him. It could be a change of pace that he needed, or he could be just giving up everything and changing everything up that got him to being a champion. So it'll be interesting. But he does definitely need to work some different ideas and stuff on the ground as far as and same like you said, Sean. Tim Welsh is always talking up Sean O'Malley's BJJ game. Tim Welsh a BJJ guy too. We would love to see it, but just hasn't been happening. Gage, who you got on this one, brother man?
It's Merab. It's Merab again by decision. But I will say, Sean is my dog of the week.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good call.
Because he can get it done. We've seen Merab get hit. And Sean hits hard. Sean's great striking. all the reasons why we thought in the first fight maybe he had a chance. So I think he's got the best shot on the card to be a dog, and I'm gonna go with it.
I agree. I do like that one. Sean it's very rare that you're going to get Sean O'Malley at a plus 240. Even better if you shop around at different sites. I'm going to say O'Malley as the dog as well as the front runner. So we got Merab by decision as the bet for Sean. And we are unanimous on Merab Dvalishvili. And still for the official picks for the fight pits, we will jump through the locks and dogs. We got dog, Sean O'Malley vote. Any other dogs or lock votes, gentlemen?
For dog, I'm going to go Waldo Cortez Acosta. It's a very slight dog, but just to make the heavyweight division a little more interesting.
It is heavyweights. Not a bad bet at all. And killer odds, bro. Killer odds. That's a bag. That is a bag if he gets that done. Any locks? I think locks, obviously Kayla Harrison, but not a huge moneymaker on that one. Try to bump up the lock percentage a little bit, over 80.
Yeah, I think that has to be the lock of the week. It just has to be.
I mean, yeah, Kayla's a lock and a half.
So we got 3 votes for Kayla Harrison as a lock. We got 2 for O'Malley and 1 for Cortez Acosta as the dog. Sick. And official picks for the main card, we got Merab Dvalishvili moneyline, Kayla Harrison moneyline, Joe Pyfer moneyline, Patchy Mix moneyline, Kevin Holland moneyline. Like I said, this is a good card to just throw all the favorites together and drop 1, drop 2, drop 5 units. Go big on the favorites. Very high percentage hits on a lot of these guys, and you're not gonna be retiring off of it or anything unless you throw a couple million on it. But it's worth the hits. It's worth the hits. Any win is a win, and we know wins, baby. We know wins. All right, getting on into the Fight Pit UFC Trivia. This is going to be a fun one.
I don't know if you guys saw that P's supposed to be fighting on 317.
Oh, is he? I haven't seen.
Yeah.
We got Fluffy Hernandez and Roman Dolidze rebooked, I saw. Hyder Emil, shout out to Hyder, friend of the Fight Pit, just recently posted that he'll be fighting soon, maybe on 317 also. And then Peyton Talbot, that would be awesome for 317.
I haven't heard anything about Max Griffin fighting.
I haven't heard anything about Max either. Shout out to Smiling Sam Alvey. Sam Alvey just
double champ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Smiling Sam killing it over in Karate Combat. I can't recall anybody else. Jenny Savage out there doing the damn thing with the boxing and bare knuckle.
Yeah,
shout out
to
to her.
Jenny get back in some capacity.
Nobody wants that smoke, dude. Nobody wants that smoke. Jenny Savage, she lives up to the name, folks. She lives up to the name.
That woman is, anyone can get it. I'll give her that.
Anyone can and does get it. That's why nobody wants to fight her. Shout out to Jenny Savage. Speaking of savages, since we have essentially no scary fighters on this card, I asked ChatGPT who are the top 10 scariest MMA fighters of all time. So you guys are going to guess the scariest MMA fighters of all time via ChatGPT in no particular order. I'll start you guys off with the honorable mentions just to eliminate a couple. Honorable mentions: Brock Lesnar, WEC era Jose Aldo, Dan Hendo Henderson, Bing, Kazushi Sakuraba over in Pride, and Prime Cain Velasquez. Honorable mentions. So start firing away.
Yeah, that's a crazy pull. I'm gonna go with Randall Silver. Silva. Holy shit.
Bada bing, number 2 on the list, Vanderlei Silva. Good call.
If your
Kicking us
name
off.
is the Axe Murderer, yeah, probably going to be on that list.
Hmm.
Amen.
I will go with. Why not? Let's just go with Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou, number 1 on the list.
I'm going to go
Bang,
John
bang.
Jones.
John Jones, number 6 on the list. 3 for 3.
I feel like there's going to be some more heavyweights for some reason. I'm going to go with the most knockouts in UFC history. We're going to go with Derek Lewis.
Ooh, Derek Lewis did not make the cut on this
What?
one.
How is he not on that list?
He was on a couple other lists that I asked, but not on this top 10 scariest. Definitely got to be in the 28.
Is Chuck Liddell on that list?
Yeah, yes.
Chuck Liddell is not on the top 10.
What is
not on the top 10?
Huh?
All right. So it might be
Chat
Tito?
GPT, bro.
wow,
Tito on the list?
ChatGPT.
Tito Ortiz not on the list. Couple light heavyweights. Couple guys that fought at light heavyweight.
Rampage.
I'm thinking big dudes for sure.
Rampage.
Big dudes.
Ooh.
I think there's only one guy below middleweight on the rest of this list. Rampage not on the list. They did not like those light heavyweights from the golden era.
Rumble Johnson. For God's sake, he has to be on there.
Anthony Rumble Johnson, number
Okay.
7.
Jesus.
Yeah, fully agree.
This is gonna be a pull and a half. Big country Roy Nelson.
Oh yeah.
Very good pool, not on the top 10 though.
What?
No.
Oh my God.
That man.
The
put
other guys-
people in the ground.
Aside from one of them, remember this is Chat GPT, straight off the internet. AI, we had nothing to do with this. Aside from one, who's number 9 on the list, I think you guys will fully agree with the rest of them once you get to them.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Pereira not on the list. Not on.
That
the
is the
list.
scariest man in the UFC right now. That is insane.
Yep.
And you said there was one below
There you
middleweight.
There's only one below middleweight, and it's the only questionable one. I understand why
Is it
ChatGPT
Islam?
would think it is not Islam. Very close. The other one,
Khabib.
Khabib?
Khabib Nurmagomedov, number 9.
Man, I was gonna say ask if it was welterweight, and then I was gonna say Robbie Lawler, but I guess
Hold
not.
on.
Robbie Lawler did not make the cut
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Is it DC?
Not DC. Nope. You're in the
I'm trying to
ballpark.
think like the internet now. And
All right, we're talking just scary. I'm just gonna
Scary and think pre
Fedor.
2011.
Fedor.
Fedor, yes, Fedor number
Yeah.
4 on the list. And then who was? I don't know if you guys remember Pride super well, but the other scariest Pride guy, not Vanderlei, not Fedor,
Crow Cop.
Mirko Krokop, number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3, bada bing. So we got just number 5, number 8, and number 10 left. They are all guys that fought at light heavyweight and up. And they're all essentially from the same era, which was the golden era, 2006 to 2011, 12, 13-ish.
Alistair Overeem?
Alistair Overeem, good call, not on the list. Think scary middleweight title contenders.
But they were light heavyweight and heavyweight. But
Yes,
middleweight.
they all did fight up from middleweight, but when they were peak, all 3 of these guys, think of middleweights at their peak.
Middleweights
Number
at their
5,
peak.
number 5, one of the greatest of all time.
Oh,
Anderson
Anderson
Silva?
Silva, yeah.
Anderson
yeah.
Silva, number
That's
5.
okay. I'll give
I'm
that
alright
one.
with that one.
Yeah.
The other 2, one of them did fight Anderson Silva. The other one was right after Anderson Silva.
Is he?
Not Izzy, no. Good guess. Just recently inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame.
What? Right after Anderson Silva. So afterwards, you
It
have
was not the same guy. Not the same guy. This guy fought Anderson Silva and just recently got inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame.
Oh, is it Lyoto Machida?
No. It's right there. You're right
Chael
there.
Sonnen.
Oh, it's not
Nope.
Chael.
Nope.
I know he got put in the hall, and I'm like, for
Oh,
his wrestling?
I could see them inducting him. Oh man.
Very controversial inductee.
What?
Holy,
Why
I can
am I?
see
Why
it.
am I
Oh,
pulling
my-
a fucking brain fart?
Your next clue: TRT.
Oh,
Vitor Belfort.
yeah.
Vitor
Jesus.
Belfort, number 8.
Holy shit.
And
I-
ChatGPT did make a point to specify in parentheses TRT era. So that's
I'll give him that. That thing was a freak of nature. Can't even call that a man. That thing was fucking
True.
Greek god,
and
Brazilian god.
Speaking of freak of nature, very great segue, very great clue. One of the biggest freaks of nature of all
Yoel
time
Romero.
in middleweight. Yoel Romero,
Yeah,
rounding out the
okay.
list at number 10.
Yeah.
Bada bing. Good call. So,
I still would have preferred some of those other guys, like Chuck
Yeah.
Liddell. I think
Yeah.
should have been on there. Look at the fucking guy in his prime with just the thing going on.
Peloton not being on there. It's insane.
Yeah. Like
another one.
I'm not upset with the names that are on here, but I do believe in Derek Lewis with the most knockouts in UFC history. Like, who the fuck wants to go in an octagon
Like
and fight
I'm saying, that was my thing with Big Country. Like Roy
Yeah.
Nelson murdered people.
Yeah.
Straight just walk-offs like almost every time.
And dude was
Almost
like,
every time.
I almost said Mark
Hunt.
Hunt. I wanted to say Mark Hunt, but
Speaking of walk-offs, Mark Hunt could have been on there.
yeah.
Cain Velasquez on the honorable mentions at least, but he could have been on there.
Tito not being on there, Rampage not being on there is insane.
Rampage Jackson, Robbie Lawler.
Dude,
Yeah, absolutely.
Tito Ortiz has a
Absolutely.
restaurant in the same city I live in. I need to get my ass over there. He actually works the bar sometimes. It's basically his son's business. Yeah, it's basically his son's business. And he did a big thing for Cinco de Mayo. He's actually the wrestling coach at one of the high schools now. And he wants to become the mayor of the
believe
city.
that.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I ain't leaving here. I need to go over there and see Tito. Fuck.
I believe that. That would be so cool to have Tito Ortiz as a wrestling coach. That was.
Dude, that's
I didn't
insane.
wrestle much growing up, but I would absolutely. That would be awesome. That would be.
Those kids
awesome.
don't understand what they have. They really don't. They're too young. They're too young.
Yeah.
They didn't watch any of his
Yeah.
fights live. No chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll learn.
Yeah.
That'll be a feather in their cap when they get older.
Mhm.
So
Holy
via Chat GPT, the top 10 scariest MMA fighters of all time: Francis Ngannou, Vanderlei Silva, Mirko Krokop, Fedor Emelianenko, Anderson Silva, John Jones, Rumble Johnson, TRT Vitor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Yoel Romero. Bam, very interesting. Very interesting. How'd you guys like that one? You think Chat GPT can stay?
I definitely, this is definitely a list that could have been 20 long. There really could have been, for sure.
True.
Yeah. And
True.
even with Khabib being the one that's mentioned, you do look at what he did at the end of his career, and he finished everyone at the end of his career. So it's like, and you were getting mauled. So it's like, I'm not too upset, but I do think like Robbie Lawler's more scary. I just do. If you're going to pick someone in the lighter weight classes, I'm going Robbie Lawler for sure.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I can even do next time if you want. I can ask for top 20s on any of these. Also, I've just been going top 10s.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
that's
save
fine.
time, but I can go. I can go top 20s on any of these. Absolutely. And we got some fun ones coming up. Like I said, I've been stockpiling some fun trivias on this one, so they're gonna be interesting. They're gonna be interesting. But hell yeah, good job, guys. You guys nailed like what 4 for 4 right out of the gate, and then all the rest of them we have no qualms with. So excellent job. Good to be back doing some Fight Pit trivia. Any last words, gentlemen? Anything else we want to get out of the way before we wrap it up?
Hopefully this card is better than on paper, because we've had a couple pay-per-views that have been really rough.
True. That I wouldn't be mad. I would be upset betting wise, but I wouldn't be mad if we just get all like Sean O'Malley gets a knockout, Kayla Harrison gets a submission, Kevin Holland knockout, Joe Pyfer knockout or submission, Patchy mix knock. That would be refreshing. That would be refreshing, because much like the last card, I said from the gate, that Barber Blanchfield card, that was doomed from the get-go, dude. That was people were hating on it so hard, and to have it work out like that, that's manifest destiny.
Unfortunately for Macy Barber, she's actually probably going to have to fight down after this too. Well, if she's obviously figure out the health stuff first, more important than anything. But eventually, I do think she might have to fight someone like number 8 or 9, just because some of the top people are not going to want to train and all this stuff just to have possibly a fight get pulled out. And she's pulled out of 3 fights so far in the UFC at her age. So it's tough.
And weight misses don't sit well. They don't sit well. She's going to be hearing about that.
So, I mean.
Yeah. Again, not my business. But
I added a half a pound.
I definitely not hating. Definitely not hating. I'll tell you that much. Appreciate every boob job, regardless of whether you make weight or not. I am not hating at all. Great to be back with you guys. Great to see you beautiful sunny beaches. Thank you everybody for joining us back in the Fight Pit. We appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Throw the official picks up on the screen right now. Boom. And make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at the Fight Pit Podcast. I have been Drew. That has been Sean. And that has been Gage. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
They call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am.